You know that it's you because we're gonna need to see if you're smiling.
No, I see. That's not how it works.
Actually, we have more than that.
Hear me smile.
We have a $25 Amazon gift card, and we have a pair of cum-stained panties.
Or hold on a sec. Well, or non-cum, right? You get to choose.
Yeah, you get to choose.
I mean,
You get to choose.
if you do it on cam, I'll add. Go ahead.
Let me see what I got here.
Here, I'll read it to you. I'll read it to you. Okay.
For free?
Yeah, I'll read it.
Okay, go ahead.
I do have a mild stutter, if you haven't noticed, so I might trip along the way.
Just read it.
Go ahead.
The scourge.
Everybody quiet.
Beast.
No interruption.
The most common form of blood sickness appears to be that word. Humans slowly turning into wolves. Those in the early stages of the sickness have lengthened canine teeth and grow more hair. As they progress, their arms and legs lengthen and their spine hunches over and their face begins to elongate. Eventually, they grow fur and their body finishes to change into the scourge beast. Along with the physical transformation comes a mental degradation. At first, the victim assumes all people they don't know are hostile and they'll attack on sight. As the alterations progress, the victim becomes more savage and more hostile, until it can only stand to be around others exactly like it, as regular humans appear to be beasts through its own blood-addled eyes. Sometimes individuals react strangely to the blood. Some become unique beasts, and it's rumored that infected clerics of the Healing Church become the largest monsters when they succumb to the madness, as seen in all these places. The blood sickness seems to be an endemic to that place, requiring periodic hunts for those very far gone. The hunters are both respected and feared. They bring down the worst of the beasts, but they are at risk of contamination themselves.
Very good. You know what? I'm proud of you, man. I think this is the first step to you becoming a real
What did
person.
she just read? Did she read Bloodborne?
Good. Yeah, she read Bloodborne.
Yeah,
You know what? I'm so happy that you facilitated my first step into talking without smiling. That I'm going to decline $25.
Look. Let's not go overboard here. I said it was the first step, but from listening to it, I could still hear the smile.
I think it might.
Yeah, I could as well.
It was interesting that you didn't stutter once during that long reading, but you.
There was one little stutter.
Look, I'm proud of you. I think that you can become a real person and like not become just a meme like pea zombie.
So I have something she can read that she should not be.
Look, guys, she's becoming a real person right before our eyes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give her something else that might help her out, right? So here you go.
I wanted to read it.
I can't read this.
Sure you can. Right?
I'm gonna.
I read it today.
What's needed to be read. I read the thing, and I think that's enough. I think that's more than enough.
Yeah, I wanted to read. We're really proud of you. We're really proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Now the question is, what is the comfort in the memery?
What memery again?
You know what I'm talking about, man. Come on, you're a real person now. We're talking.
She's backsliding again.
Yeah,
I was hovering over the unchecking of troll, but then I just went back.
The first step is admitting that you have a problem.
Meh. Like when people have such strong when people have such strong and like pervasive defense mechanisms, it means that something went terribly wrong somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Who hurt you?
If you bring me a teddy bear, I can point to it where I got touched.
I believe you.
You know, thanks, man.
Who touched you?
Was my uncle.
Are you being serious?
No, I'm not being serious.
What happened, meh?
You know, I don't know. I just stumbled into here.
Look, I know the pull is incredibly strong to me. I know, I understand. You read the Bloodborne lore. I read look, the whole thing. I can still feel the good in you. The Emperor hasn't driven it from you fully.
listen, Tomer. I don't know what else you want me to do. I read the Bloodborne. I don't know what else I can complete.
Look, what happened?
That was a nice meme, Tom.
What happened, man?
I just don't know.
You don't have to recount the exact experience. Just tell me the classification. For example,
The classification.
sexual abuse, like horrible disfigurement,
Physical abuse.
yeah, physical abuse. I was abandoned by my dad. Just tell me the category.
Listen. I'm sorry to say that I don't have any of these, very interesting backstories, I'm just on here, and I just smile when I talk.
There's something horribly wrong.
Person.
Yeah,
she said she's 17.
I agree with Tomer. What is wrong?
What's your worst childhood memory?
Tesla is correct here.
Tomer, it's so funny that you say there's something wrong with her, but you jack off to dead bodies.
There is something horribly wrong with me.
I'm sorry, what?
Okay, but that's...
Yeah, I had a very
who
rough childhood.
To a dead body before? Fuck.
Matt, what's your worst childhood memory?
My worst childhood memory. Well,
Mhm.
I remember I had a birthday at Chuck E. Cheese once, and I was under the impression that it's going to be one of those cool
Just keep in
parties,
mind
where
that
they-
when describing your worst childhood memory, you're smiling. Just keep that in mind. Continue. Go ahead.
It was very traumatic, if you'd let me finish, you'd understand why.
Just
So
gonna make a
I go to Chuck E. Cheese. I expect the long table with the guy that comes out dressed as Chuck E. Cheese, and it wasn't that. It was just a regular old table with me and a bunch of my friends, and I was very disappointed. I was very sad.
Yeah, there is something very, very
That's
wrong
the
here.
worst thing to ever happen to you? What the fuck?
That was a meme response,
No,
Sam.
of course
It was a
not.
meme answer.
That's why I don't believe it.
Yeah,
Listen,
nobody
So,
believes.
let me give you an example of a proper answer, Meh. The worst thing that's ever happened to me in my childhood was watching my best friend get decapitated in front of me. Your turn.
That's wonderful that you'd want to share that to a group of internet strangers. I'm proud of you. But I do
strangers
have
to
to.
me. I know the people in here.
Every
Well, what
single
did it
person
matter,
here.
Matt? What did it matter? What would it matter if they were internet strangers or not? Why is that
What do you
significant?
mean? What does it matter that you're being emotionally vulnerable with internet strangers? Is that the question you're answering?
How are you
Yeah,
vulnerable if
that's exactly what I'm asking.
Okay,
And you're
maybe you should
not
think about that question
vulnerability.
for a little bit longer. And I
Did
do
you
have
hold on a
to
sec?
go.
Did you hear what she said? She said emotionally vulnerable, right? And that is what Mess' entire personality is designed
I have
to
been
avoid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Meh,
You have
I
a
know every
fixation
single person
on emotional vulnerability. There's no, all right, let's add to the psychological profile right now. If she's this emotionally vulnerable, there's no way that she can be in a relationship right now because that would involve intimacy. So I'm guessing you're single, right, man?
Listen. I have a question to this.
That's a lot of stuttering there. I really hit a nerve.
This profile that you brought up, okay? I have a couple holes in this logic. Why do you assume this is a 24/7 thing? Or could you possibly believe that it is only something that this person would do when they're online around people who, again, do not matter?
What's the problem with the logic?
Yes. No. What's what makes you think that?
In other parts of life, you might just be putting on a different type of cover up, but still not being yourself.
But you already just said that, for example, it's just what I do. I smile when I talk.
And you take my answer seriously after labeling me a memer?
Some things I do, yeah.
There's always hope.
I do.
I mean, I have evidence that you smile when you talk, and it's very hard for you not to.
Again, this might have to do with the fact that I am in a Discord server currently.
Let me just answer the question. Are you or are you not in a relationship? I'll answer the question. I am not. I am not in a relationship.
I am, in fact, in a relationship.
With a person?
It's long distance, right?
No, it is not long distance.
I don't believe you.
You do not have to. Now, I do have to be. I have to be on my way. I have to.
It's a lie.
Listen, I can hear it. Listen,
You
I
get
do have to go.
very base level personal, and Met is completely checked out. She's got to go.
That's sad.
It's pretty sad. I do have to leave now.
There's hope for you.
Wow.
She left. She left.
Terrible.
Jesus Christ. Can you imagine
was-
being
that
in a
was-
relationship with that?
That was 20 minutes of our lives we're never getting back.
You show any kind
Yeah, I
of
remember
affection
Matt.
with her and she's like, oh, I'm gonna like respond with copy pasta or something. Garbage.